everybody. I'm working on video number 2 of weight loss question and answer. This is Jeanette Colantonio from Refusing to Fail. And I wanted to answer the questions because I got a lot of newbies on my page, and I'm glad to have you all, and I'm glad to have the subscribers I have here. Thank you for following me over from Facebook. And I want to finish answering the questions that I started on yesterday, and I'm going to upload this video for you tonight. And let's just dig right in. The question I'm going to answer now is going to address someone that said they lost 25 pounds in 3 weeks. They wanted to know if that was too fast, and how do I suggest them to get back to losing again. I guess they have a plateau or weight loss stall. And it really depends on what your start weight was for me to be able to say that's too fast, because, of course, you all know I started at over 400 pounds. So I lost about 25 pounds myself in 4 weeks, starting, the first month of my journey. And I wasn't hardcore like I am at the moment. So just making those changes, and I dropped a lot of weight pretty fast just that first month. And I continued losing weight and big amounts of weight after that. I was averaging 13 to 15 pounds a month. But I will let you all know that when I hit stalls, I would definitely get on my diet immediately. I would see what's in it, what I need to pull out for a while. Sometimes I would eat like whole wheat wraps. And I said, you know what, I'm stalling. Let me see if, something will change if I just take this out for a little bit. And usually stuff just like that would get me off my plateau. I would take out the whole wheat wrap or whatever it is that I'm going to take out when I hit a stall, or I would ramp up my exercise. If I usually did the treadmill, I would do the elliptical when I was able to. And when I wasn't able to, because you all know that for a while all I could do was a treadmill, I would just do different settings. I would maximize what I could do on that treadmill. I would increase my time, or I would increase speed or incline. And if you do those things, I'm positive that you'll see the changes that you are looking for. And another question is, this young lady said that she lost 14 pounds in 6 months. And aside from barely starting to eat better, should she do more cardio instead of weights? And I think that you should have a balance of both, cardio and weights. Don't, stop one for the other. And you didn't say that you were going to stop it, but decrease. But I would say work on your diet. If you are barely starting to eat better, make a couple more changes in your diet to get you to where you want to be. Even if you can't change, everything all at once, just make a few more healthier choices and see what that does for you. And she also put at the end, she was super frustrated because she wants to see the scale go down. And I want to address the scale. The scale can lie. It's just a number. And sometimes we give it way too much value. For those who are just following me, you may not be aware that I used to do weekly weigh-ins, and I did that for a long while. And I decided to stop doing it because I didn't want to send out the message that, it was all about those numbers. And I would be lying to you if I said that because I was doing the weekly weigh-ins, as I was losing and it started getting harder for the weight to come off, that I wasn't concerned with those numbers. Like, I thought about those numbers. I used to think about them, these numbers, and I was like, this is driving me insane. I'm not doing this because these numbers are not, a representation of my value. And I remember hitting a stall at 205. I believe it was 205, 207. I could not get into the 190s to save my life. I was running almost daily, and I just could not break through. And I was like, I had to ask myself this question. What will I be able to do at 199 that I can't do at 205, 207? Nothing. I can do the same thing. If I'm running at, 207 or 205, I'm still going to be able to do the same thing at 199. You know, if I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to get there. I'll eventually get there. So you have to kind of put things in perspective and use other forms of measuring your success. Um, Everybody knows one of the things that I like to use is goal clothes. Goal clothes are just amazing. I had a girlfriend, a college girlfriend, and she was losing weight and I was losing weight during the time. And I remember her saying, you know, I lost so much weight. You know, she gave me a bunch of clothes and I couldn't fit not one of anything she gave me. I was like 350 pounds at the time. And, you know, people must have thought I was nuts having all these clothes. And there was a day, and I always tell people, when I got those gold clothes, everything that came in here in a smaller size in my house, I got into. It did something for me. That works for some people. It worked for me. And I also bought me a measuring tape so I can measure myself because inches change your body. Inches change your pant size. Even when the pounds don't come off and you lose inches, your body is changing, and body composition is very important. So who wants to be 145 pounds or 130 or 160 and look like they're 200 pounds? I mean, you want to look, and that can happen. You know, so body composition is very important. So definitely find other ways of measuring your success. And let's see what else we have here. Okay, this is a really good one. But I think I'm going to save that one for last. I'm going to answer this one. This person said, how do you get motivated to exercise when you're the kind of person that hates it? I'm the queen. I am the queen. I was the queen of I hate to exercise. I used to walk in the gym and say to the lady standing at the front, I don't want to be here. And you know what she would say to me? But you're here. You know what you came to do, but you're here. You don't want to be here, but you got in your car and you drove here. So do what you came to do. And just, this is a good trick, I think, for those who hate to exercise. Like I said, I did the treadmill. I hated it, but the results I loved. So that kind of kept me going. But after a while, you just want something different. So I would suggest doing something fun. I felt too large to do the Zumba class at my gym. I carried a lot of my weight in my stomach, so you're shaking all about. My stomach's gonna be shaking everywhere, and I just wasn't comfortable, even though it was all ladies gym, you know, doing Zumba. But when I'm at home, just me and my kids, I would turn the radio on and dance for an hour. Let me tell you, dancing burns calories and it's fun, and that's something I enjoy doing. If you like riding a bike, that's fun and you're burning calories. Find something fun that you enjoy where it doesn't feel like you're working out, but you're actually, you know, getting your exercise in, your cardio in, or your, you know, what you're doing with your exercise in. And let's see. Let me see what else I got here. Someone mentioned that, you know, everybody knows that I was an emotional eater. I had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things happened in my life, and I'm not looking for any special attention because I, you know, lost a lot of people or whatever. But I just want people to know that no matter what you are going through or you've been through, what you face, you can still make changes in your life and be successful at it. That's what I hope by telling people that, you know, I lost a lot of people and I went through this and I went through that I still managed to pull it together enough to accomplish this goal and to continue on this journey to get my health, you know, in order. So I understand how death and loss can affect your weight because it greatly affected mine. And what I have to say to that is try and find other strategies to deal with those emotions. Crying, of course, you're going to do that. But like journaling your feelings, because I did a lot of that. And I still journal. Like today was one of those days that I know I have to journal because I'm going to never forget it. You know, you go through, when you face something and you really, you know, want to get it down on paper, and you maybe not even want to talk about it, just journal it, or find coping strategies to get you through whatever it is that's upsetting you emotionally, where you don't turn to food. And I have another question, and I like this question a lot, actually. This person said, you look like two totally different people physically, but what about internally? Are you the same person, or do you feel transformed internally as well? And is that a good or bad thing? Well, like I said in my first video, I did a lot of soul searching. So I feel like I was already on the path to being transformed on the inside in order for me to be transformed on the outside, in all honesty. I think that, yeah, the seatbelt ticket was the straw that broke the camel's back. Had I not been doing soul searching and trying to work through those emotional issues that got me to 400+ pounds in the first place, that seatbelt ticket might as well have been a piece of paper with nothing written on it, because I wouldn't have done anything about it. You have to kind of look at it, when people ask about motivation, you have to look at it like, think about your strengths. Find out the good, write down some of the good things that you find about yourself, or some of the things that you thought you wouldn't be able to overcome, but you did. And I realized that I had overcome a lot of things, and I'm ready to tackle my weight loss. I was ready to tackle my weight loss. I thought I would. Most people may not know, I stopped school in the 12th grade. And I stopped because I was overcome with the grief of losing my dad and my brother. They were 3 weeks apart. Their deaths were 3 weeks apart. And I just didn't have the strength or motivation to get up and even finish out the school year and graduate. And it always haunted me because I didn't finish. And I knew that's something my mother wanted. And I knew that was something that my father wanted. And I wasn't honoring them or myself by not doing it. But although it took me many, many years later to gain the strength to go back, to realize that I could do it, I did go back. I graduated, did well. I went on to college, and I was on the dean's list 4 out of 5 times. And that's something that I didn't think I could do. And I kind of looked at it like this when I got that ticket. If I was able to do that, and it was just so big to me, it was like a mountain. If I was able to do that, then I should be able to do this. And it was difficult because it's hard when you don't have examples, of what the kind of success that you're seeking, whether that be career-wise, financially, or in your health. And I hadn't known anyone personally who lost over 200 pounds on their own. So I sought motivation from different sources, especially Facebook, and some of the people that are now I call dear friends, who I saw do what I did, but they did it naturally, and I felt like if they could do it, I could do it as well. But back to answering the question and hoping that I don't run out of time, because I think it's very important. Yes, I am transformed internally, more so after my weight loss, because there are a lot of things that I would not have done or felt confident enough to do, and I'm not doing them. As you speak, I'm doing one of those things. I'm not like a video person and make videos and stuff, and I'm doing that, and I'm doing it with confidence. I want to help change lives. That's why I'm doing this. And I'm good at talking to people in person, even if it's a large crowd, but it's difficult making videos because you can't see faces. Yes, I'm changed inside and out, and I do feel like, in my case, it's a good thing. But, and there is a but, and I have 15 more seconds on this video, so it looks like I'm going to have to do another video, and I will, because I want to finish this up. So hang tight, and I'm going to do this other video, and I'll be back in a sec.